Hey you guys, GrieferDudePlayz here. Today, I'll be doing a tutorial on how to increase the quality of open broadcaster software to make your streams look high quality without having any issues with it. So I'm gonna go and show you what it will look like when you first download it. First, I'm gonna show you how to download it. This is a completely free open source program. So you can just go to OBS project. Yeah, obsproject.com. And do not get the OBS Studio. I do not like it. I mean the OBS Studio, in other words, OBS multi-platform. I don't like it. Like, trust me, I don't like it. I mean, this tutorial is only to OBS Classic, which was released with the latest version is November 24th. So this tutorial only applies to the classic version. So I already downloaded. You can just click that to download it and get it. Alright. So when you first download it, I'm going to delete all my scenes. You don't have to do this. Just pretend I'm not doing this. You have something that looks like this. Wait. Yeah. So you have something that looks like this. I'll be showing two different ways to record such stream. I'll be showing you the streaming settings and the and the video settings to recording settings and streaming settings. The first one I'm gonna do is streaming settings. Now this will be named Untitled. I don't know how you spell Untitled. I'm sorry. Whatever. So first stuff encoding. By default, this is what it will look like. This is what's gonna look like. Now, if I have two different types of computer. I have an Intel card. I don't know. I have an Intel and Nvidia computer, both into one computer. First, let's start with the encoder. The X264 is CPU encoding. If you're gonna play PC games, I mean, I wouldn't use this unless it's your only choice. But if you're gonna be recording like your console with the Elgato game capture or something else like that, then you can go ahead and use this because it won't take up your CPU that much. So I like QuickSync. This is like the best choice for me. You can try out different ones. Like I tried a QuickSync was like the best. I tried out Nvidia, so the quality is pretty bad. I don't like it, so I did QuickSync. Now, if you have Intel and you're able to use QuickSync, don't just choose QuickSync. I mean, that's what many people do. If I like QuickSync, you guys choose QuickSync. Don't do that. You have to test them out in order to see which one is good and the best for you. So don't do that. Use CBR. Check that. Quality balance is only if you uncheck it and use X264, but whatever. Max bitrate. This is the recording. So it's hard to explain this. Okay, how do I explain this? Like so you guys will understand. Alright, so here's what I do. You want to go to your control panel. Go to System Security and click System. Alright. So you want to go over to your processor, look at the system section and look at processor. I have a 2.5 gigahertz processor, but I have an i7 4700MQ CPU. Now it's really hard to determine what you should be using. Half of this, if you choose a too low, the quality will be bad because you're recording instead of like streaming using your internet bandwidth. So if you have an Intel Core i7 and you have a CPU of a 2.40 gigahertz or GHz, my best choice would be is by default I use this much, it seems dumb. I'm not sure if this is good. I mean, but I gotta tell you guys something. The higher you put it, the more your CPU, it's gonna use up your CPU, depending on which encoder you're gonna be using. Since I'm using QuickSync, it will use my video card or GPU. I don't know. I think it's a video card because I have an Nvidia GPU. But yeah, so it's the higher you put it, the more resources it has to use. So by default, I use 25,000. I think if I say 25,000. Yeah, 25,000. So it's really hard to determine which one you should be using. If you have an i5 Intel core and you have a 2.60 gigahertz, then I would say about 23,000, 22,000. I don't know. It's hard to explain. You can look this up. But by default, I use 25,000. CBR padding, that's only if you use CPU encoding. But always check that though. Use custom buffer size. If you hover over it, if you check it and hover over the box right here, it'll give you a warning. If you don't know what to use, set it to same as your bitrate. So just keep this unchecked. Don't change it or nothing. Just keep this unchecked. Audio encoding. This has to do with your voice, all the audio, the games, all that stuff. So codec. Always do AAC. It's a high quality anyway. I recommend a 44.1 kilohertz. Here's why. Not every single microphone supports 48 kilohertz. If you don't know which one it supports, choose 44.1 kilohertz. If the quality is pretty bad, try 48 kilohertz, and if it's fine, then use that. But by default, many microphones these days don't support 48 kilohertz, but 75% of the microphones we use support it. But if you have a bad microphone or old microphone, I recommend 44.1 kilohertz. This is pretty good, honestly. So I just still put 44.1 kilohertz. This does not make a huge impact on your audio, so don't worry if you set this wrong. But if it's like horrible when you set this wrong, it's fine. When you set it correct, that's not my problem. So this, like I said, this is like a 2% impact on your audio if you mess it up. But it's very hard to mess it up because there's only two choices. Alright, so I'm gonna do 44.1 kilohertz. Bitrate. Many people these days put the 320. If you have a built-in microphone, this will screw it up. Because the quality is too high that it will have like these I don't know how you say it, like I don't know how to say it, but the quality will sound so bad because you are putting too much bitrate into the audio, which can screw up your microphone when you record or stream. So here's what I recommend. If you have a bad built-in microphone, I recommend 128, or any built-in microphone to your computer. I recommend 128. If you have an external microphone, I recommend 160, 192, or if you have a extreme good, like a Blue Yeti or a Blue Snowball, I recommend 320. But since I have an external microphone, I recommend 192. Depending on how good it is. If it's a crappy one, then that's how you set it. Channel. Always do stereo. I don't know why people choose mono, but most people these days choose stereo. I don't know what the difference is. All I heard is that mono channel. If you have a mono audio channel, that makes it where you can only hear out of one side, and the stereo is only two sides. So I just recommend doing stereo. Go and save that broadcast settings. I will do that. This will be the last part of the tutorial. Video settings. We're gonna go and skip the broadcast settings because I'll show you that later. The video settings. Okay. By default, it will do something like this. This is what it might look like. First of all, determine which video adapter you're gonna be using. I have two: an Nvidia, which is my graphics card, and I have my video card. My best choice would be just figure out what is better. So compare Nvidia GeForce GTX 765 megabytes. I'm not sure that's correct. Compare it to an Intel HD Graphics 4600. Obviously, this might be better. I'm not sure if I'm right, but if you're gonna be, for example, if you're gonna be using Nvidia, Alright, Sarah, I do something real quick, but like I said, it will look something like this. Compare it to these two video adapters. If you have one, choose one, whatever. Base resolution. If you have a small monitor, first of all, the aspect ratio should be 16:9. I have a 1600:900 monitor. I could plug in my TV and use it as a 920x1080 monitor, but I don't like it because it looks pretty crappy on the screen. So here's how to define it. If you have a 1280x800 monitor like I used to have on Mac, then well, it's hard to explain this because I don't know much knowledge about resolutions, but if you set this to 920x1080, that's completely fine. I mean, there's no problem with that. I did it and it worked fine. But here's the problem. According to their OBS forums or whatever, and according to what I know, the more HD settings you put, the more CPU usage you have to use, depending on whether you're using depending on which encoder you're gonna be using. So if you're gonna be using your CPU encoder, for example, then you might have to turn down the settings a bit. Like this is too much for my CPU. This is too much for a bad CPU, like 1.660. That's pretty bad. So if you have a 1.60 GHz CPU, subtract, well, for example, a 1.0 CPU should be 10,000. This applies to only recording. So if you have 1.1, you add another 1,000. If you have 1.2, you add another 1,000. 1.3, and etc. So if I don't do like, once you figured out how much you have, like I have a 2.40, so I have 2400. Subtract 2,000 or 3,000, and then I get 21,000 for 300, 3,000, or 20,000 for 4,000. My best choice would be 20,000 to avoid CPU overheating and CPU overload. That's just an explanation. Something else that listed 20,000. Quick sync, like always. I love quick sync. Alright, where is that video? FPS. Set this to 60. If your CPU can't handle it, lower this like every 10 or 5. By default, most games support most like games like Call of Duty don't support 30 FPS. I mean, if you want laggy games, then yeah. But I recommend 60. If your CPU can't handle it, whatever is rendering it, if you can't handle it, try a different encoder if available, or turn down the FPS. Alright. I'll also explain the base resolution. 920x1080. This is 1080p. 1280 by 720. This is 720p. And I think it's 800 by something. 600, I think. I don't know. But you got the idea on how you see the YouTube videos, you can change it too. So this is 1080p. This is 720p, etc. You guys get the odd point. You also need to know that. Alright, so once you're done with that, if you are on Windows 7, disable Aerial unless you are going to record, like if you're recording a window, or if you're recording your whole screen or window, disable Aerial. This will reduce CPU usage and overload to actually safely record it without having issues. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, the aspect ratio must be 16:9. If it's not, there will be a lot of issues with when streaming or recording. This is a long video. This will be like 30 minutes long or something. Alright, let's move down to audio. Choose your microphone. By default, it will be default, and desktop audio is like your game audio, all that stuff. It will be default. My default is on this one. I just like to choose it there. Force microphone / auxiliary to mono. I don't like it because it's gonna force it to go to hear out of one sound, to hear out of one speaker instead of both speakers at the same side. Show only connected devices. That's my best thing. Just show connected devices so you won't get mixed up. You can also disable your microphone if you want to. This stuff is hard to explain, but these two are easy to explain. Desktop boost. This will boost the audio of your desktop audio, like your game audio. Microphone / auxiliary boost. This will boost your microphone depending on how much you want. Just keep this by default. If your voice is pretty low, you might want to boost it like every one until it's perfectly here. Hotkeys, that's your choice. I'm gonna go to advanced. General. Use multi-thread optimizations. So always set that to check, so that it will use more than one core to actually render it. If you don't do that, you're gonna have severe problems rendering with the crappy CPU. Especially the ones who you can get a good computer. Okay. Process priority class. Now there are two things. If you're gonna be recording your Xbox or whatever, set this to high. If you're recording PC games, depending on your CPU usage and your RAM, will determine what you set this to. Do not set this to idle. This will I don't even know what to say. I mean, you'll have the worst quality ever. Have it on normal. If you're recording PC games, or if you have a good CPU and RAM, and you have a lot of RAM, you can set this higher. But if you're recording your Xbox or whatever you're gonna record in, set this to high. Now, most of the time, I like it above normal, but right now I might stream my Xbox. I mean, whatever. Yep, I'm streaming my PS4. See buffering time. I don't know what the hell this is. Disable encoding while previewing. Always uncheck that, cause that means it won't encode your video when you're previewing it, so you may never know what you have to turn down on your computer. I mean your settings. I love the modifiers and hotkeys. I think this is meant to I don't know. Let's skip that. Go to video. If you're using QuickSync, you won't see this, but okay, I need to take a piss. I'll be right back, guys. Alright, I'm back. So I'll be showing you now first of all I'll be showing you, I was talking about the video settings, the first one. You won't see this unless you're using QuickSync, but I'm gonna start using the CPU. When you use the CPU, you're gonna go to video, and you'll see X264 CPU preset. Keep this at very fast unless you know what you're doing, and unless you know unless you fully understand the consequences of how it affects your recording. So always keep this at very fast unless you know what you're doing. Encoding profile, set this to main. Keyframe interval. Depending on what streaming site will depend what you set this to. Do not set this to auto. Recording, if you're gonna be recording well, this is only recording, so you can leave this at whatever. But actually, now this is the recording. If you're gonna record, you want to set the mode to file output only. So you can leave this at 0 auto, unless you're a streamer or recorder, which I'll show you the next part. Use CFR. Check that. If you have external custom settings for your CPU encoding, you can go and add those in. Those are only for advanced users. Encode at full range. I don't know what this does, but don't check it. I don't know. Allow 61 to 120 FPS entry Nvidia settings. If your site you're gonna be streaming or upload it on supports over 60 FPS, yeah, that's fine. But I would just uncheck that. Audio. Force desktop audio to use video timestamps as a base for audio time. I don't know what that does. Same with this and this. Network. Automatic low latency mode. There are actually as many reasons why you shouldn't have this on, but I don't know why. All I know is that there are many reasons you shouldn't have this on. Bind to interface. Keep this at default. This is like all your IP addresses, your local IP addresses. You can't do anything with my IP address because I never gave it to you. So yeah. Latency turn factor. Keep that at 20. And disable TCP SAN window optimization. Keep that off. Yeah. So that's only for quick sync because the browser. I don't know what all this does. I know what the microphone noise gate does, but I won't explain that because it's hard to explain too. Alright, now I'm gonna show you the settings for quick sync. If you're gonna use quick sync, I'll show you the settings for that. So in advance, you will see this now. This will remain the same though. Everything will be the same, except for this and this. Quick sync preset. Keep this at balanced, unless you want better quality or better speed. The higher the speed, equal to lower quality, but the speed is better. But the better the quality is lower speed, which is pretty laggy, but the quality will be better. Well, it depends on what kind of computer you have, how it renders, and your CPU, how good your quick sync is, everything like that. If you have a bad Intel renderer, if you have a bad Intel video card or GPU, keep this at balanced. Mine's pretty good. I'll keep this. I want 3, which is, I don't know what fraction that is. It is 3/7 of the speed and quality. Yeah, makes sense. 3/7 of the speed and quality. But if you have a bad GPU as your Intel encoder or bad video card as your Intel renderer, I would make the speed better. So if I have like a very crappy video card or GPU that uses Intel, I would set this to about 6 or 7 or 5. But mine's pretty good. I mean, I'll set that to 3. Custom QuickSync encoder sense. You've seen this in the processor on the CPU encoding. Same thing. You can add. You see, it will show you what supports. Yeah, you get the idea. Don't check this and leave it blank. I seen that. I'm not sure what happened, but I don't want to do it. Alright, let's go. Now let's move on to Nvidia. This is the last encoding you can do. So if you have an Nvidia GPU or video card, then this applies to you. Alright, NVE. Now same thing. This will change, but you cannot change anything here. Alright, go to video settings, NVENC. Nvidia, I don't know what it stands for. NVENC preset. As you can see, this is very confusing. You can look this up. I'm sorry guys, I can't tell you this because it's so confusing. I'll keep this at automatic. Alright, so that is what you do to record. I'm gonna make a profile. This profile is going to be YouTube streaming. No, YouTube recording. No, I'm gonna recorder. Alright. Wait. Yeah, where? So, yeah. Oh yeah, if you're gonna be recording, go to broadcast settings. Set this to file output only. And you'll have these three things. I'm not sure what this does. Same with this. But the file path. There are actually a couple types of video formats. I like MP4. My personal preference would be MP4. But if you want, but this is your personal preference, whether you can which recording, which file. I can't say crap. Which file video format? Yeah, that's how I look. Video format you are trying to render it into. You can also add a name like recording. I don't know, but I would just leave this like how it is and change the file output to whatever you want. You can keep it as FLV, that's your choice. Alright, so once you're done with that, let's go ahead and move on to scenes. Hold on. Alright, do something again. Okay, so I will show you the scenes and sources in another video because this video is getting way too long. It's gonna take hours. It's gonna take like forever to upload. But you can look up how to set up the scenes and sources. It's pretty simple, really simple stuff. I have to quickly go through the streaming. Now, first off, encoding. I already talked about the settings are the same, but this is the max bitrate. This is the part where people miss dues. What you want to do is you want to go into a browser. I'm using Chrome. You want to go to speedtest.net. Go ahead and test your internet speed. Try and make sure like nothing else is using your internet so you get the best results. Go ahead and let it stream. I mean, what am I saying? Go ahead and let it test your download speed and upload speed. We're gonna be focusing on the upload speed. This is and the ping as well. The ping and upload speed are the two keys to stream correctly. Alright, so just pretend the download speed isn't there because we gotta focus on the upload speed. If you have pretty bad results and you think you have a good internet, you can go ahead and test it again. So these are my results. Let's go and focus on the upload and ping. So if you have a low ping, that's better transmission to the server, which is going to be whatever you choose, and back to you. So let's focus on the download speed. Remember what you typed it. Remember what it says here. So it's 60.89 megabytes. You want to type in Kbps. Wait, no. Mbps to Kbps. Do it on Google and you're gonna get this data transfer rate. So as you can see I did 60.89. Let's type in 60.89. This is 60,890. Do not use this. You're gonna use all your internet. You're just gonna crash your internet. Subtract. So if you have I'm gonna show you the conversion, how to correctly do it. So if you have 5 megabytes as your upload speed, which is gonna be 5,000, subtract 4,000. What do you get? You get 1,000. Use that. That's perfect. So 1000 is like 720p, and 2000 is like 1080p. 800, I think, I don't know. You'll figure it out. If you have 10 megabytes, which is 10,000, subtract 8,000, you get 2,000, and subtract another 500. You take that, and you get 1,500. I don't want my computer to sleep. So, I'm sorry I'm not showing you it, but I guess I can show you it. So I'm open my calculator, so I can show you. Hold up. Okay. So, I have 10 megabytes, and that is actually 10,000. So that's gonna be 10,000. Subtract 8,000. You get 2,000, and subtract 500, and you get 1,500 Kbps max bitrate. This is perfect. This is about half of 1080p and 720p. This is about half of 1080p. It's still 720p, that's what they said. It's what it says, but it's half of it. If you have 15 megabytes. Hold up. If you have how do you clear again? Okay. So if you have 15 megabytes as your upload speed, you have 15,000. Subtract 8,000. You get 7,000. Subtract 5,000. 2,000. Subtract 150, and then you get 1,850. This is a good bit rate for a 15 megabyte speed. Now 20,000 is what many people get mixed up with. So if you have an upload speed of 20 megabytes if you have upload speed of 20 megabytes, that's 20,000. Subtract 15,000, you have 5,000. Subtract 2,500. Take that, you get 2,500. It's half of 5,000. And subtract 500. You get 2,000. This may seem pretty low for a 20,000. That's why many people get mixed up. They use 20,000. If you want to, that's fine. But if you want a little bit more quality, you can go ahead and add 150. You get 2,150. The best choice would be 2,150 or lower. And that's all you gotta do. So that's basically it. That's how you determine your bitrate. I like it, for me personally, I like my bitrate since I have like a 60 megabyte upload connection and a download speed of 80. I would like 20,000. It's probably using all my internet, but I have a high speed internet. So yeah. So I'll show you what that looks like on the calculator. So a 60 megabyte connection of upload will be 60,000. Subtract 40,000, you get 2,000. And that's 20 megabytes. So this is a perfect speed. I mean, I could go up and beyond, get 40,000, but I have like a lot of people connected to my router. But I have two separate routers basically. I use Netgear right now. We have Netgear as our modem and Verizon as our router. And we have a pretty good router, honestly. And we have DOS protection. It's not like fully DDoS protected, but it's pretty good to run most of them. So yeah. Alright, so that's how it looks like on a calculator. So this is 20 megabytes. So you can just go ahead and add a dot right there, but you can't. Whatever. Same settings apply here. Now let's go to broadcast settings. We must set this to live stream, and I'm gonna be streaming on YouTube/YouTube Gaming. I'm gonna show you. Now you're gonna get this error Warning, your OBS settings are not optimized for use with YouTube/YouTube gaming. Please set the following. Advanced settings. Set a keyframe interval of 4 seconds. Hey, didn't we just go over that when we were going to record it? Let's go over there, fix it. Keyframe interval. Set this to 4. I don't know why, but that's just how they make it. Set it to 5 actually. Alright, broadcast settings. I recommend using a primary YouTube server. If you figure out that the primary server isn't working at the moment, use a backup. If that doesn't work, then you're screwed for now. Use the primary. Don't use a backup. That's only meant for like if the primary server is down or something. Play past that stream key. I will tell you this freaking 3 times. Do not share your stream key. I've seen many trolls out there, and I don't want this to happen, you guys. Come on, guys, don't be freaking dumb and give people out your stream key. I'll say this 2 more times. Do not give out your stream key. Lastly, do not give out your stream key. Please, just don't. This is what this like gets rid of people's streams. So also I'll show you how to get your stream key. Go to youtube.com and then go to your channel. Alright. Once you're at your channel, click video manager. And you want to go to live streaming. Before you even start live streaming, you must have the permission to live stream. To live stream, you first must be in good standing with copyright and community guidelines. And you must have your channel verified. In other words, make sure you can upload videos longer than 15 minutes. If you can't do that, then that means your channel isn't verified. So make sure you verify your channel with a phone number. And then once you're done that, go ahead and go to your live streaming. I mean, it's basically simple. All you gotta do is just verify your stream. You verify your channel, and once you verified your channel, go ahead and read over the terms of streaming. Accept the terms, and then you're done and you're able to stream. Alright, so yeah. Don't use the events unless you want to make a private or unlisted stream. I don't like it. I mean, it's freaking confusing. Alright, so here's the stream key. Stream name/key. I didn't want to put name, but it should be stream key. Just get rid of that. Stream key. I'm not going to reveal it because I don't want to have unexpected people streaming on my channel. So yeah. So what you gotta do is you hit reveal, and it's gonna reveal for only 10 seconds, and it's going to stop. It's gonna go back into passworded. If you ever find yourself if you think you've accidentally shown it, quickly reset your stream key. If you're streaming and you reset it, then your stream's gonna interrupt and go off. So yeah. Yeah, so that's about the stream key. Please do not share this with anyone. If you accidentally show it, quickly change it before someone streams anything bad on your streams. What am I saying? No. Quickly reset before anyone streams bad stuff to your channel, which can lead to a channel deleted, which can get your channel deleted. And that's the whole reason why people do it. So yeah, go ahead and make sure click review, quickly copy and paste it. But I'm gonna go and pause the video and grab my stream key, so I'll be right back when I get my stream key. Holy shoot, it's almost 49 minutes. Alright, so I have, as you can see, I have my stream key right in here. So, it's also going to be password moded because they really want to make sure they keep your stream key protected. I don't know why. I'm sorry, guys. The video is so long. I mean, I'm just used to making long videos. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just like that. Alright, auto reconnect. Check this. Like, if you get DDoS, if you get hit offline, OBS will continuously try to connect back to the stream server. so you can keep on streaming and tell them what happened. But if you get head offline for too long, then I think OBS will stop trying to connect or something. I don't know. So yeah, that's about that stuff. Alright, sorry guys, I have a lot of crap going on today. So I was explaining about the Reconnect. I recommend having this on. I mean, if you really want to have this off, that's your choice. But I just recommend having it on. This is the same thing, minimize network impact. This is the same thing as reduce network latency. Don't turn it on. Automatically save streaming file. This is your personal preference. If you want, you can have your stream saved to a file, to a video file, and then you can upload it, whatever. So yeah, that's about it. Everything else is the same. Yeah, so I think everything else is the same. Yeah. So that's everything about. I guess I can show you guys the scenes part of the video. So when you add a scene, it's gonna say like when you first download, it's gonna say scene, and then it has nothing in the source. So we're gonna make a scene. Actually, we already have one, but you're gonna right click in sources. Now, this is pretty self-explanatory. You guys figure this out. But if you're gonna video capture device is like your camera or your Elgato. See, it's my Elgato or an integrated webcam. But don't mess with anything. Just keep it the same. Else you know what you're doing. Yeah, so that's everything about OBS streaming. I hope you guys enjoy this freaking long ass video. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell me in the poll what do you guys want to see in my next video. And peace out.